Welcome back. Kevin Sidebottom here, speaker, author, and trainer. I go around and teach sales organizations and leadership teams how to grow influence with their customers and their team members to make a well-oiled machine and grow profits. Today, let's talk about how we build trust in our teams. Whether you're the leader, the sales leader, the manager, or the CEO, you constantly need to be growing your teams. To do this, we need to be putting in value to people. What can we do to constantly come in and grow the relationships and build on our existing relationships? How can we be intentional here and value people here and constantly add value? I'm going to give you a few things that you can do to build trust with your teams. We're going to answer the 3 questions. I'm going to give you some stuff that you should be doing at least annually, and then something else you can do to supplement to add value to your teams. Okay? So let's jump into this. Now, the first thing is everybody's so busy, right? So when they interact with us through email, they're just trying to get something off their plate. What we need to have is authentic relationships. We need to value people. We need to be intentional. So when we're in sales, we typically use a CRM system to go out there and understand our customer, right? We want to understand who they are, their hobbies, their family life, their kids, their pets, anything that's important to them. We should be doing that for all the people around us. We're not just walking up to people saying, hey, I need that TPS report, like from Office Space. We need to be sitting there and going, hey, how's it going? And learning about people. Try to learn something new about them every time you interact with them. Because here's the deal. Every time we interact with somebody, there's 3 questions that they ask. Do I like you? Do I trust you? How can you help me? That's right. It's natural for all of us to ask this question. But we need to answer those because we value people and we want to build this trust. So we definitely need to be following through and learning about those people because there's potentially something we can do to help them. You know, one day I was actually talking about auctions and how that there's tons of these vehicles coming off lease going to these auctions. And the guy said, wait a second, I'm looking to buy a car. Well, I gave him the tidbit of information. He started looking at it and he said, well, how can I go get a car? Well, you can do it. You can bid online. And we started working through that relationship. You know, those are the kind of things that you want to do to add value. Okay? And there's fun things you can do. There's different events. A lot of teams go out and have a beer after work together every once in a while to celebrate. But at the end of the day, we need to be sitting there thinking how we can add value. So at a minimum, I always say we need to have one training a year where we bring teams in to learn together. Because as we learn together, we grow together, and we actually build bonds together when we have these interactions and we discuss stuff. We need to be intentional with that. If we're not going to grow and we're not going to build anything and we're really not going to go anywhere. Like John Maxwell says, if you want to go far, you can go by yourself. But if you want to go further, you want to go with others. You want others to come along with you because you can do more with others' help. So as a team, we definitely need trust. Different environments need different levels of trust. Like if you're going into a fire with a team member, your life's in their hands. If you're in business and you're trying to do a business proposal, you don't have to have your life in their hands. You just need to work together. So you need to understand the different levels of trust. But by going into these trainings, we're going to be able to work with them and build this trust no matter what it is. But we have to have a training where we're growing together. And I suggest bringing in somebody from outside the organization to come in and foster that training because they're going to give you different tools for the toolbox. And then you can do a wrap-up after they're gone to see what people thought and share different insights and how it can be applied and where there's gaps in the organizations and have these authentic conversations. Growth happens there. Trust builds. You can also do different kind of activities together. There's like operations adventure. There's all these different things that take the team out of the office environment to actually have them work together and solve problems. Whether it's like one of those escape rooms or you actually do an obstacle course where you're taking people 25 foot, hanging them off of the ceiling, and they're doing cargo nets and different activities together. I did that when I was in college, and we brought in big organizations like Ford Motor Company and trained their leadership teams together. And it was a lot of fun, and it cultivated those relationships and built a lot of trust. Okay? So we have those activities that we have to do at least once a year. The other thing we can do is read books. Yes, that boring topic of reading books. And I'm not talking about the book club where people sit there and basically just use it as a social network where they're drinking wine the whole time. I'm talking about learning together in business books. And here's what I've done to read about 12 books a year for the last 10 years. And it's read 10 pages a day. Very simple. We just read 10 pages a day, and you can read about a 300-page book a month. I'm a slow reader, so for me to be able to do that, anybody can. Now, if you don't want to start off with one book a month, do one book a quarter. But constantly have meetings to discuss these books and what you guys are learning, because you guys will learn together, grow together, and share insights. So, do a training, be intentional, do books together, and constantly learn and grow, and you will build trust together. All right? If you have any questions about this, reach out below. I've got links to my website and how you can contact me. If you liked the video and thought it was helpful, share it with somebody or like it, just so other people can get visibility to this video. I'm here to help you, and I look forward to seeing your success. We'll see you next time.